Baby, not Miss Money Long, talent longer, up on the BravoCon stage with no ring on it, honey, letting them introduce her as just Kandi Boras. Woo! Not dropping Tucker like a bad collar or a bad habit and got the internet acting like we in divorce court. Party crashers, come on to the front line, baby, because the way y'all been tagging me in this, you would think I'm on the prayer committee and Kandi and Todd is in marriage. And low key, I kind of am because, I gossip a lot and stuff like that. Because when watching this relationship since Mama Joyce was screaming, that man is an opportunist. And now the ring is missing, the Tucker is gone, and the streets are whispering like it's foreclosure papers. So let's talk about it, girl. So look, is this a publicity stunt, a legal strategy, or is this like marriage really like sliding into that we just co-parenting now territory? I mean, what is it giving y'all? I need y'all to grab y'all snacks, grab y'all water, grab your holy oil because you already know. You have crashed with Messy Sweet Spot, baby. And baby, it is messy tonight. What's up, party crashers? How y'all doing? Get the likes up now. Okay, and welcome back to the Messy Sweet Spot. If you guys are new here, baby, I am your messy cousin in your head, okay? Who read the contracts, watches the body language, and prays over the reality stars' marriages, even while I'm dragging them just a little bit, okay? So go ahead, y'all. Like the video, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell like Mama Joyce ringing Kandi phone when she don't like Todd decisions. All right, let's get into it, y'all. So, honey, here's the tea. At BravoCon, Kandi walks out, big moment, lifetime achievement energy, and they introduce her as Kandi Boras. Honey, Boris, not Boris Tucker, not Kandi Boris Tucker, not Kandi Boris wife, mother, mogul, Tucker and company. Y'all. No. Just Kandi Boras. Woo! Now, on top of that, homegirl is not wearing her wedding ring, y'all. Okay, during her big moment. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. None of that, okay? And listen, if it was a random Tuesday at Target, cool, right? But this is all eyes on me. Hey, cameras out, press stands, Bravo executive, your legacy moments, and you're standing up there like marriage. Never met her, okay? Then the internet noticed another little detail on her Instagram bio that Boris Tucker that used to be there, gone. Okay, back to just Kandi Boras, the brand, the machine, the business. And when you scroll her page, you're not seeing Todd front and center like we used to. No cute couple pictures every 5 posts. No, my hubby's this, my hubby that. Girl, it's giving me, myself, and I. Okay, is all I got to the end. Okay, it's giving myself, my money, my bookings, and these kids. Now, on the other slide, when you look at Todd's page, he's still very much giving ring on it. Dad mode, posting his projects, talking about their movie, Don't Bring Your Man to Atlanta. Okay. So visibly to the public, it's her ring off, his ring on, her last name resets, his looking the same. You already know what formula equals rumors, honey, okay? Okay. Now, before we jump the gun and start, you know, passing out divorce papers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We got to remember, y'all, who we dealing with. This is Kandi. Okay. Kandi be famous since Escape days. She's a songwriter bag. She in her Grammy bag, in her reality TV bag, in her restaurant bag, play on the Broadway bag. Okay. When she met Todd, he wasn't no man around the corner, y'all. He was a producer on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Behind the scenes, working. Look, there where the whole opportunist label come from, okay? Mama Joyce been screaming since day one, y'all, that he's using my daughter for a come up. He's using my daughter for a come up. She said it so much the streets started believing that shit. Then came the prenup drama. We watched that man looking so stressed out on that damn camera like the pen weighed 200 pounds. When it was time to sign those papers, years later, people still bring that shit up. Like, remember how hard he was struggling with that goddamn prenup? He ain't going nowhere after all that. Trust on top of that. Okay, they brought threesomes in the relationship, in the marriages, honey. They turned their bedroom into an open door policy situation. Okay, let me tell y'all, some people applauded. Others says, you just planted a time bomb, a ticking time bomb at that. So from the jump, this wasn't a traditional. We met in the church, got married, and raising kids quietly in the suburbs type thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my set. You know what I'm saying? This was reality TV, mama at war, social media, non-traditional bedrooms, rules, okay, money imbalance, and a man stepping into a woman's empire. That's what it was given. That foundation had cracks in it, y'all. Not necessarily cheating cracks, but honey, but too many people in their business type of cracks. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? So now, fast forward to 2025, and we see no ring got BravoCon, no Tucker in the bio, less Todd on her IG. Yeah, we side-9 that shit. Press 4 if something funky going on, okay? Woo! Do y'all smell that? I smell something funky going on. Honey, to be fair, Kandi and Todd have talked about ring drama before. They talk about ring drama before. They said people always starting divorce rumors just because one of us doesn't have on a ring. Okay, let me tell y'all. They did interviews saying, we debate a lot. We are passionate, but that doesn't mean we're about to get divorced. We just argue a topic and move on. Candy's had look, Kandi has said herself, y'all, she doesn't always wear jewelry like that. Her hands swell when she travels. She's not sitting around obsessed over no damn ring. She even said, I'm the one who usually doesn't have my ring on. He actually wears his more than I do. And if he stops wearing his ring, then we got a problem. Woo! Right now, the gag is he still got on his, okay? So if we go by their rules, then technically the marriage is still intact, y'all. We're not going to sit here and say they're divorced, they're separated officially. Okay, we're not going to say it officially, but something going on. Because until they come out and really say we're done, y'all, it's not confirmed. But just because it's not confirmed doesn't mean nothing happening, honey. Something going on over there. Let's talk about the Instagram bio, though. Do you mind? You don't just randomly wake up and say, let me delete my husband's name. Let me get it out of here from my profile just for the aesthetics, honey. This is a conscious decision. Even if it's business, even if it's branding, even if it's legal, you have to pause. Go into your settings, erase Tucker, and hit save. And that energy shift, for years, honey, she rocked with Burroughs Tucker. Even if nobody said it out loud, it was written. Now it's back to just Kandi Burroughs, independently, single brand energy. And when I say single brand, I don't mean single woman. I mean me first, my career first, my name first. If you're a businesswoman, you know there's power in how that name appears legally and publicly. Maybe she's cleaning up her brand. Maybe there's legal stuff with the restaurants. Maybe she doesn't want Tucker tied to every check with these lawsuits flirting around. Or maybe she's slowly, emotionally detaching one step at a time. You don't always leave someone at once. Sometimes you leave them in pieces. First the name, then the ring, then the photos. Y'all know how this shit goes. Now, we got to talk about Mama Joyce, y'all, because you cannot say Kandi and Todd and not include the woman with the rolling eyes, okay, and the long memory. Kandi herself said not that long ago that Todd and Mama Joyce, okay, regressed. They were doing better for a while, okay, and then slide back to not getting along. She literally said something like, what'd she say? She was like, yeah, they were okay on Friday for the kids' graduation, but by the time I got back from my trip, my mom wasn't feeling us again. She said it so casually, like, yeah, my mom just not feeling me right now. I don't care how old you are. That type of mother-daughter dynamic affects your marriage, okay? Because Mama Joyce does not argue in private. She makes shade in public. Hello. Okay, she has called him broke, an opportunist, lazy, all of that on TV, okay? So imagine being Todd. Your wife is a millionaire. Her mama doesn't respect you. The public keeps calling you a stay-at-home dad, a liability, a bad business partner, and you're in the house with a woman who's always working, always booked, always, come on now. And behind her is her mama who thinks you're not even good enough for her baby. Woo! Honey, that alone can wear a marriage down. Do you hear what I'm saying? And on the flip side, imagine being Kandi. You love your husband. You love your mom. Your mom is loud, petty, and disrespectful, but she's still your mama. And you're the provider for everyone. You're the one everyone leans on. No real healthy boundaries anywhere. That's a triangle waiting to just explode. So when I see the ring is missing and the name is changed and the post looking more like me and my kids than me and my man, I do think, okay, where does Mama Joyce fit in this chapter? Because if there's trouble in that marriage, you best believe Mama Joyce got an opinion and probably feels very justified about it. Okay, now let's get to the money conversation. Do you guys mind if we talk about the money? Okay, because money is always the quiet character. Yeah, in these stories, Kandi has always had more fame, more checks, more leverage. When they were first together, y'all, people question, is he with her because he loves her or because she's the bag? And then there was the prenup. He didn't want to sign at first. She held firm, y'all. He already signed. He eventually signed. But you don't forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you move on, there's a little bruise there. She didn't trust me. She thinks I'm going to be after her money. I had to prove I'm not a gold digger. Honey, that's how the brother was feeling. Fast forward. Now you got restaurant, plays, movie deals, spinoffs, all tied to her name. You got lawsuits tied to their business, got judgments. You got people blaming Todd's ideas when the restaurant catch heat. Some folks feel like he's costing her money with these bad business moves. And other people feel like he sacrificed his own independence career to push hers. Now, he looks like a stay-at-home dad with side hustles. So if there's tension, it might not just be cheating or threesomes or Mama Joyce. It might be, you're costing me money, man. Or you don't respect what I bring. Or I'm tired of being painted as the broke, bad business husband. Some marriages don't die from a big scandal, y'all. They die from the thousands quiet resentments, and money will spin that process even farther. Do you hear what I'm saying? So, honey, do y'all really want to talk about the bedroom? Ooh, I got a feeling y'all want to talk about the bedroom, so let's talk about it, girl. All right, let's talk about that bedroom. The third wheel, once you start letting extra people into your marital bed, you got to be prepared for the consequences. I don't care how mature you think you are, you can say, it's just for fun. Oh, it's just sex. We're just exploring together, but we human. Feelings get caught. Comparisons start to happen. All right. Lines start to get blurred. Now you got a man who tasted variety in his own home and with his wife blessing at one point. And you know what? The public knows it. And if they're going through thousands of hard times now, if they're going through a lot of hard times now, it's easy for people to look and say, well, what y'all expect? Hell, what y'all expect? You open the door, okay? And for her, she may have the moments of, did I create a monster? You know, that's what she probably thinking. Did I create a monster? Did I help undermine my own marriage? Trying to be the cool wife. So when you mix non-traditional bedroom rules, money imbalance, controlling mama, public scrutiny, and a husband still wearing his ring while the wife starts rebranding herself, yeah, that's very messy. Okay, now I want to say this too, because you know I'm all for the mess, y'all. All right, that's why messy sweet spot. But I'm also human. You guys got to know that. Every time there's so much glee when marriages might be ending, it makes me a little sad. Because we prayed to see black couples win. We watched their love story on Real Housewives of Atlanta. We watched their weddings. We watched the babies come. We watched them try to work through drama. So the idea of them breaking up, that's not cute to me. That's not a ha-ha funny moment. It's sad. For them, for the kids, the families. I'm not going to sit up here and celebrate divorce. We can read, we can speculate, we can discuss patterns, but I'm never going to be happy about a family breaking apart because half the people laughing online got their own chaotic situation off camera. So let's keep it real. Now, with all that being said, listen, there is a real possibility that this is absolutely nothing, y'all. A ring left off because of swelling, a last name simplified for branding, and a honey, and now they just focus on work. It's very possible, right? She is in New York working on plays. He's in Atlanta being hands-on daddy. They're living in two different places for a season because of work, not divorce. You could be married and not up under your partners every goddamn day. Hell, you can be married and not post them every 5 minutes. You can be married and still keep your stage name for professional reasons. You know, Kandi has always been Kandi Burruss to the world as an artist, right? Most award shows haven't been calling her Kandi Burruss Tucker. So some of this might really be interest reaching, you know what I mean? The internet reaching. But look, here's why people still don't fully feel at peace by this, because they've seen this pattern before with other celebrities. Women quietly drop the last name, the ring starts disappearing in big moments, photos start to slowly fade away. There, year later, we decide to separate. See? We ask for privacy at this time, so people are reading the signs early. Let me tell you where I stand, okay? I don't think they are officially divorced right now. I don't even think they're fully separated publicly yet, but I do think something in that marriage is off. It might be distance, it might be burnout, it might be resentment, it might be money, it might be Mama Joy's. But that thing, that ring, honey, that ring, that bio, that body language, that public history, let me tell y'all, bliss is everything. It's amazing, okay? Look, we are thriving in love. Look, I just want to say, we might be more business partners. That's what they probably thinking. We might be more business partners better than being romantic lovers right now. You know, people change, things happen. And sometimes, you know, that's how marriages die, you know. Nothing lasts forever, y'all, okay? And not with cheating headlines, okay? And shit, I think it's an open relationship if you want to be honest with it, okay? But with slowly emotional disconnection. And if they're smart, they will either quietly fix it or loudly flip it into a damn show. Hey, a movie, a podcast, a storyline. They can do a lot because Kandi gonna get a bag regardless, okay? Now let's take it from them and bring it back to us for a second, y'all, because a lot of y'all watching this have lived versions of this story, okay? You ever been in a relationship where your mama didn't like your partner? Your family keep on whispering, that ain't good enough man for you. He ain't good enough for you, girl. Look, you made more money and started to resent his ass now. Okay. You started posting less of him or less of her. Honey, the ring stayed on the dresser more than it stayed in your hand. Half of you all have changed your last name on Facebook back to your maiden's name weeks before you told anybody about the marriage was over. So while we're watching Kandi and Todd, we're really watching how our own patterns on a public stage. Some of y'all are Kandi, overworked, overextended, trying to be the daughter, the provider, the boss, the wife, and the mother, and no real rest, no clear boundaries. Some of y'all are tired, you know, in a relationship with a powerful partner, always being critiqued or criticized, feeling emasculated, trying to prove you're not using them while still wanting your own identity. Some of y'all are Mama Joy's in your kids' business so much you don't even realize you're helping destroy what you want to protect. So as we gossip, as we ask ourselves, am I doing anything like this in my life? Am I letting my mom or my friends poison my relationships? Am I low-key humiliating my partner in public? Am I ignored? Am I ignoring red flags? Because we've been there too. Where we have ignored a lot of red flags. So I think that's the real tea. At the end of the day, y'all, we don't live in their house, okay? We don't live in their house. We only see the ring, the IG bio, the red carpets, the edited clips. What happened when the cameras are off? Huh? What happens? What happens? Okay? Let me tell y'all something. I hope they stay strong. Set boundaries with Mama Joyce and protect their marriage. If they're not good, I hope that they have the courage to do what's healthiest for them and these babies they got out here, y'all, without the pressure of what the internet want to see. Okay? As for us, we gonna keep watching, we gonna sit, we gonna talk, but we're not gonna celebrate anybody's downfall either. All right? So party crashers, I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all feel like this is just Kandi's being Kandi with her branding and her swollen fingers? Or do you feel like this is one step of like a quiet rollout towards separation? Is this a scheme that Todd done set up to trend in the damn blogs? Huh? Or is this Kandi reclaiming her name and her independence? I need y'all to drop y'all thoughts below, because I'm coming to the comment section with the bonnet on, eating snacks, reading every single thing like it's court documents, honey, okay? I thank y'all for crashing at the messy sweet spot with me, and I see y'all in the next video where the tea is hot, the shade is light, but the discernment is heavy. Love y'all. Bye.